ReactBot, give us a cool intro for today's video. Skibbity, go to the polls. Don't. Oh, that sucked. You got questions. I have wine. Oh, which dog is your favorite? It doesn't have to be one of yours. Now, here's the thing. I'm like a parent where I think all children are awful except my own. If I didn't choose one of my own dogs, which I'm going to, but if I didn't, Narfi is a really good dog. This is Eric of Comment Etiquette's dog. Lovely dog. Sweetheart. Doesn't jump on you. Barely barks at all. Just a really sweet dog. But in terms of dogs I love, like really love, I have to get Chipwich though. I'm sorry. I have to get Chipwich. I'm going to put the editor on the spot. Our lovely Jackass editor, Sean, who is also just a terrific content creator and is hosting an awesome podcast about fictional bands and musicians and movies. His favorite dog of ours is Sunday. He loves Sunday. Sunday is like his dog. I don't want to say I have favorites. I do have a favorite though. Ever since April of 2020, Chip has kind of been my unofficial favorite dog out of our three. You can't really blame me, right? Look at that stupid face. Look at that dumb fucking face. I hate her. She looks like a Renaissance painting. The whole like, you know what I mean? Like the whole. She's not the best behaved dog. That's Klondike. Klondike should be my favorite. Klondike is certainly Aaron's favorite dog. Klondike is the best behaved. We have 3 dogs. Klondike is the only one that we let sleep in bed with us every night. That's true. She sleeps right in between us. Like a little princess. Doesn't make a peep. She sleeps in between us. She's the perfect dog. Klondike, by all accounts, should be my favorite dog. And she listens and she's calm. Klondike's 11 years old now. Isn't that crazy? So you couldn't ask for a better dog. But look at Chipwich's face. Like, oh, f off. She looks like a Pixar creature. And she's not even a terribly good dog either. She's really not. Sean, back me up on this. Oh, she has that pretty privilege and that cute privilege, and it's disgusting. It's not okay. It's not right. Another reason I really like her is like during quarantine, she really was like my lap dog, and she just lived on my lap for so many editing sessions in like 2020. She would just like fall asleep in, like right here. Any editing I do right here, she just fell asleep in my lap for hours. That's all I wanted in my life, is like an actual lap dog, and I got it. In Chipwich. Took me 3 tries. I got her. Anyways, I hate her. Out of all your channels, which one is the most fun to make content for? Well, right now it's jackisanerd. It's this one. It's a kind of a cop-out answer, but I really like kind of the lower stakes, the lower risk I have making content for this channel. That's why I was so happy to move Yai over to this channel and Jackass over to this channel. There's just no stakes, so I can goof around and just hang with you guys, right? I can do this whole green screen shit. I have the Twitch chat over here, and they're constantly like, they got better jokes than I could ever come up with. I have more fun on jackisanerd because I can just dick around, goof around, make yais, make whatever, upload whatever. And that's the other thing. There's more of a risk on Jack's Films. This channel I deeply love that's 18 years old, nearly at 5 million subs, where I will release my nudes, I promise, if I ever get there. I still love uploading to Jack's Films, I really do. But those videos, I feel like they have to perform well, and they don't always perform well, and that scares me. But here on Jackisanerd, I can do whatever. That's why I have more fun uploading here, if that makes sense. If you had to host a stream with a ReactBot version of Rhett or Link, which one would you choose? Okay, I already can't answer this question because to this day, I still don't know which one's Rhett and which one's Link. And I'm so sorry. I'm just terrible. I'm really bad with names. I've always been bad with names. And I assume this is the only reason the council approved this question for Jackass, because they know this about me. No disrespect to them. They're pioneers of the platform of YouTube, but I could never remember which was which. Kind of think of it, I'm not sure I could do Dan and Phil either. I don't know if I could tell you which one's Dan, which one's Phil. There are a bunch of duos that I'm like, I love it. Beth just confirmed. Beth confirmed my suspicions and wrote, "You assumed correctly." I fucking knew it. That's the only reason you wrote this in. Out of Rhett and Link, I would choose this one. I don't know if he's Rhett or Link, but I think I would choose this one as my react bot. This guy's a little rascal, I'll tell you what. Next up, if you could host an existing game show with no risk of it failing, What game show would you take on? Someone said Squid Games. Yeah. I would love to host those fun little Squid Games. Naked and Afraid. You might not like this answer, but if there was no, here's where you really like grabbed my attention with your question. The part where you had no risk of it failing between parentheticals. If I knew it couldn't fail, I would host Yai Live forever. I really would, until I died. I don't think you understand just how much fun I had doing Yai Live on the road all across this great country of ours. I had so much fun doing that. Oh my God. It was a surreal, beautiful time in my life. And every night was a totally different show. Hell yeah. Someone in the chat just said I was at the Portland show and it was a lot of fun. I love that. All right. Beth says, remember when you hosted, was this Photobomb? What's this? It is Photobomb. Hell yeah. Fucking Photobomb, baby. Hell yeah. Let's check out Photobomb.
Hello. I am Jack Douglas, and welcome to Photobomb.
I'm in my twink era here.
The only show on the interwebs where YouTubers humiliate themselves to win money that's not even for them. What the hell?
That was fun too. That was a fun little stint I did for 3 to 6 episodes. I enjoy doing Photobomb. I wouldn't want to do it for the rest of my life, but that was a fun, goofy show. I had fun hosting it, and the people behind the scenes couldn't have been nicer, couldn't have been friendlier and more welcoming. But I would do Yai Live forever until I died. I really would, because I never fucking knew what would appear on that big old screen behind me, and that was the best part. That was the best, just the tensity, the anticipation, the near anxiety of what I was about to read live in front of a crowd of hundreds. I loved that so much. And it's so much fun just getting to meet new people, both locals and people who traveled for these shows. Like, oh my God, if I could do that for the rest of my life with the knowledge that it would never fail, I would die a happy man. I would. That's why I'm so like hell-bent on figuring out like the next version of this show. Like, what does it look like? How do we capture that magic again? Very revealing answer to that question. How would you feel about parasocial relationships? How would I feel? What's that line from Pirates of the Caribbean? You best start believing in parasocial relationships. You're in one. What do you mean, how would I feel? I've never sat down and thought about the whole cause and effect thing about parasocial relationships. Is it a positive or negative to society? Let's talk it out. It's my favorite Good Mythical Morning episode. Let's talk about that. Why am I doing Rhett and Link bits? All right, parasocial relationships. Am I in any? I feel like I am. Is this a parasocial relationship? I am in someone else's Twitch stream, and I'm writing in the chat, hoping that they acknowledge me on camera. Is that a parasocial relationship? Because if that is, that's me to a T. I'm not calling people out in the Twitch chat. I'm calling me out because that's what I've done and that's what I do. Let's look up parasocial relationships definition. Oh, good. AI has a definition. We can always trust AI. Parasocial relationship is a one-sided connection where a person develops a strong sense of connection with someone they don't know, such as a celebrity, fictional character, or YouTuber. That's what they mean to say. Come on now. This is tricky. Like, what do I think of that? If I'm being completely transparent, I think a giant portion of influencers on all platforms have that to thank for their success. Honestly, a strong reason of why you connect with someone online, why you follow someone online is because you feel some kind of connection. You feel some kind of sense of, yeah, me too kind of connection, right? That's why I certainly follow a bunch of people. It's more like common interests, I guess, common beliefs, common interests. I fall into that category. There are a number of people I follow because it's like, I like the cut of their jib and they'll never know who I am. And that's okay. I feel like that was a big part of like early YouTube, for example. You followed these personalities because you like really vibed with them. I did the same thing. I think, and feel free to disagree with me in the comments below, I feel like parasocial relationships are okay so long as you recognize that they are one way and that there's zero entitlement of like, well, I've been a fan of this person for X number of years. I deserve a response from them. That's where it becomes toxic. When there are expectations and any sense of entitlement, that's when it becomes a toxic relationship. But as long as you acknowledge, like, there's just this kind of infinite, immovable wall betwixt you and the person you're parasocializing with, if you're at peace with that, then it's all good. So long as there's no sense of expectations. Who was the sweatiest YouTuber in the cube? That's a very good question. I'm talking about the Mr. Beast cube. I'm sad to report that it was probably me. I am a notorious sweater. I probably have pit stains already. Yeah, there they are. Yeah. What really sucks is I sweat so much that my pit stains are like printed onto my clothes now. It doesn't matter how many times I wash them. They just come out of the dryer, sweat stains tattooed into them, right in the pits. So I can confidently say that the sweatiest person in the Beast cube was moi. It's just the way Elon made me. I don't know if it's a problem. It's just a quirk. It's a quirk. Time to sponsor deodorant. How dare, okay. I use good deodorants. I use good, like, not just deodorants, but antiperspirant deodorants. Not the clear stuff, the white chalky stuff, right? The stuff that's like advertised to help people like me doesn't do shit. It just makes me wetter. Jesus. As soon as it left my lips, I was like, ooh. Phrasing. You know my antiperspirant? I do, and she's lovely. Wonderful cook, your antiperspirant. Oh, that's excellent. Anyways, to answer your question, I was the sweatiest in the cube, the Beast cube. Gamers, it's time for the last jackass question. I know. Christ almighty. Chip, where'd you come from? What's the weirdest fan interaction you've had with someone in person? Speaking of parasocial relationships, weirdest fan interaction I've had with someone in person. I do have an answer for this. Years and years ago, one of those early VidCons, someone came up to Aaron and myself, and then, how do I not sound like an asshole? They served in the army, which is, you know, great. Thank you for your service. But they talked about their time in the army for like a good, it was probably just 5 minutes. It felt like 50. Completely unprompted. Just started army-splaining us for an uncomfortable amount of time. And we never, I don't think we asked like, ooh, army, what was that like? It was just like, they just unloaded and trauma dumped their army experience at us at a VidCon. Like, let's just be clear. This wasn't like, you know, Veterans Anonymous. It was at a fucking VidCon. It was 87 Ferris from, sorry, Jack, won't happen again. I knew it was you. No, it was just like, what do you say in that scenario? Wow, that's crazy. It was just one of those like, thank you. And it wasn't like a recruitment thing either. They weren't trying to recruit us because they weren't making a good case, by the way. They were talking about their traumatic experiences in the army. It was the opposite of a recruitment. It was a push away meant. And what do you do with that? It was very uncomfortable and a very good life lesson of how not to talk to someone that you don't really know. I mean, ReactBot probably would have thought of the best thing to say in that scenario. It's a shame he's, you know, not with us today. Oh my God, ReactBot, what would you do in that scenario? What would you say?
Bro is spitting straight facts.
Okay, I'm turning you off.
So ask me your questions and I will ignore them, 'cause I'm a jackass, a big fat freaking jackass.
No, really, we're always looking for more jackass questions. Leave them below in the comments below. Thank you so much for playing my game. Wasn't this a lovely episode of Jackass? This went in every single direction you possibly could have expected it to go to. It was just zigzag, northeast, southwest. It went